Do you think you'll ever rewatch it?
No.
What about when you have a daughter or a son?
I'm not letting her watch that.
Wait, did people think you fucked the girls or people on set?
I set the record straight about something on Riverdale, actually.
Yeah.
Love to do this on air.
Please.
Okay.
Welcome to my world, and I am here to expose my secret discovery, hole in the wall, Chipotle!
Riverdale wasn't just messy on screen. Behind the scenes, it was a full-blown disaster. The cast was pushed to their breaking points, caught in absurd plot lines, chaotic filming days, and off-screen tension no one was supposed to talk about. But now they are. And what they're revealing is wilder than any Riverdale storyline ever written. If you think Riverdale's on-screen chaos was bad, the real story is even messier, and I break it all down here. Hit like and subscribe for more celebrity drama that goes beyond the headlines, and let me know in the comments, did the cast get done dirty, or was it just part of the game?
Recently, an article came out saying that we all together on the show. I did not touch a single person on that show with a 10-foot pole. May I just repeat that one more time? I did not fuck a single person on Riverdale. I never touched them. That's what happened. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
We're taking a deep dive back into Riverdale, but not to relive the neon-lit chaos of Cheryl's cheer routines or Archie's shirtless boxing scenes. No, this is the real story, the one the cameras didn't show. Because long after the final episode aired, the cast of Riverdale is still talking. In interviews, podcasts, and press junkets, they're revealing details that change the way we see the entire show. And the truth, it's more dramatic, chaotic, and emotionally draining than anything the writers ever put on the screen. This isn't just a TV show, it was a pressure cooker. And now that the lid's been lifted, we're seeing just how much was boiling underneath. Trust me, the stuff you're about to hear will make you rethink every season, every plot twist, and every steamy on-set moment. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see Riverdale in a completely different light. Let's start with the rumor that reignited all the drama.
It was just like this article that came out that was like, we all fuck her all the time. And I was like, hey, no, I did not fuck you. I don't claim that at all.
You weren't into anyone on set?
No, I don't mix business and pleasure like that. I've never hooked up with a co-star.
During a press tour promoting a new project, KJ Apa, the face of Archie Andrews himself, made a very casual but very suggestive comment. When asked about what it was like working on a teen drama, he claimed that shows like Riverdale are naturally filled with off-screen relationships, saying, and I quote, "You hook up with them. People hook up with each other." That one sentence opened a Pandora's box. Fans immediately took to Twitter, Reddit, TikTok, speculating about who had been romantically involved on set. Was this confirmation of all those on-set hookup rumors that had circulated for years? Had we all missed the signs? Was Riverdale actually euphoria in disguise? But then, Meline P., another Riverdale alum, stepped in and absolutely shut it down. On the Call Her Daddy podcast, she made one thing abundantly clear. She did not, under any circumstances, hook up with anyone from the show. Her words were sharp, hilarious, and intentional. I didn't touch a single person on that show with a 10-foot pole. And just to make sure we got the message, she repeated it and ended with, "Thank you for coming to my TED Talk." She wasn't just denying the rumors, she was drawing a clear line.
I had to act with my brother's dead corpse in a wheelchair for an entire season. Mind you, he died 4 years prior. His corpse should have absolutely rotted. But I was like basically losing my mind and speaking to a corpse for an entire season.
Everyone looks sexy. Sexiest pose ever. Doing a great job.
So now, fans are left wondering, was KJ just speaking generally about teen drama sets, or was he dropping hints about real relationships within the Riverdale cast? And if so, who's telling the truth? But the hookup rumors are honestly the least shocking part of this story. What Meline revealed next will blow your mind and make you question how anyone made it through filming with their sanity intact. When asked about the most ridiculous or mentally exhausting storyline she had to perform, she didn't even hesitate. Her answer? She spent an entire season filming scenes with her dead brother's corpse. Yes, you heard that right, a corpse, in a wheelchair, for a whole season. And the wildest part? The character had died 4 years earlier. She would literally film scenes where she offered tea to a rotting body. Imagine waking up, coming to set, and spending hours pretending to chat with a decomposing sibling. That wasn't just uncomfortable, it was emotionally disorienting. And if you thought that was as weird as it gets, buckle up. Because according to Meline, the storyline that broke her wasn't even the corpse season. It was when she became a witch. A literal witch. And in the season 6 finale, was forced to perform a scene she had specifically begged the showrunners not to write. She told Roberto Aguirre Sacasa, the creator, that she didn't want to do any supernatural stuff with lasers coming out of her hands. But what did they make her do? Exactly that. She floated in the air, sobbing, singing, and shooting lasers out of her hands. at a comet. A comet. That comet, by the way, destroyed the entire town and threw the storyline into the 1950s, which is how they justified the show's sudden time jump in season 7. It was absurd.
Actually, no, I will. I'm just kidding.
What was the worst Riverdale plot line you ever had to act out?
Where do I begin?
Okay. give me a strong one.
Okay. Okay. So, it's like there's so many going through my head I can't decide. I had to act with my brother's dead corpse in a wheelchair for an entire season. Mind you, he died 4 years prior. His corpse should have absolutely rotted. But I was like basically losing my mind and speaking to a corpse for an entire season. I would wake up and be like, JJ, do you want your tea?
See, I definitely watched the first couple seasons, and then when it was getting really crazy, I was
Probably
like,
around that time.
Yeah. That's probably that's exactly.
Can I change my answer? My actual answer is this is my Roman Empire, okay? When I became a witch on that show, Roberto, is this my camera? Roberto, when I became a witch on that show, there was one thing I told you. I said I never want to see lasers coming out of my hands, okay? What did he do in the season finale of season 6? I'm like Scarlet Witching up in the air, singing and crying with lasers shooting out of my hands at a comet. At a comet that ends up wiping out all of Riverdale, which is why we're in the 50s in season 7.
It was confusing, and for the cast, it was soul-crushing. When the storylines go that far off the rails, it's not just the fans who feel lost, it's the actors too. And behind the scenes, the chaos wasn't just fictional, it was structural. Lily Reinhart, who played Betty, admitted in a 2023 interview that being on the show often felt humiliating. She said it wasn't easy to feel like the butt of the joke. Online, people shared Riverdale clips out of context, a lot of them surreal, bizarre, or just cringy, and treated the show like a meme. But to the actors, this was their career, their craft. They were putting in 14-hour days and still not being taken seriously. Camila Mendes tried to defend the show's wild tone by comparing it to Marvel movies. People love watching a raccoon fight aliens, she said. Why is it weird when we shoot lasers at a comet? But Cole Sprouse wasn't quite so forgiving. He admitted that filming often felt like a roll of the dice, that you never knew what kind of episode you were walking into. And then there's the work environment. Fast-paced doesn't even begin to describe it. Casey Cott revealed that scripts were sometimes delivered just a day or two before shooting. And sometimes, actors received last-minute scene changes via email with no explanation. Camila recalled one moment where she sang an entire musical number without actually knowing what the scene was about. They were running on fumes, always catching up, never prepared, and barely given time to rehearse. Meline confirmed this, saying that conversations with directors were rare and rushed. It was more like survival than performance. And for a show as massive as Riverdale, this kind of chaos shouldn't be normal, but it was. And if you think this is just a Riverdale problem, it's not. The CW, the network behind the show, has a long history of problematic production practices. Just look at what's come out from the Vampire Diaries cast. Nina Dobrev recently opened up about being paid less than her male co-stars, despite being the lead. Vanessa Morgan from Riverdale tweeted in 2020 that she was tired of how Black people were portrayed in media. She said they were often written as angry or scary or used as sidekicks to white leads, and that she wasn't going to stay silent anymore. Her character, Tony, was one of the only Black leads on the show, and even she felt marginalized. Bernadette Beck also hinted that her role existed more to fulfill a diversity quota than to contribute to the actual story. This wasn't just about bad scripts or strange plot lines. This was about inequality, representation, and real-life harm to the actors involved. Now, let's talk about what's happening post-Riverdale. Because the cast isn't just moving on, they're reinventing themselves. And no one is doing it quite like KJ Appa. A mysterious TikTok account called Mr. Fantasy started going viral. A strange man in a wig, fake British accent, flamboyant costumes, and surreal vibes. The internet quickly connected the dots. The tattoos matched, the face matched. It was KJ Appa, no doubt. He hasn't officially confirmed it, but honestly, he doesn't have to. And here's the twist. Mr. Fantasy now has a song climbing the Spotify viral charts. He even landed a brand collab with Chipotle. Whether this is for a new role, a passion project, or just K letting his weird side out, fans are watching, and they're obsessed. From heartthrob Archie Andrews to a glam pop alter ego, it's clear KJ is doing everything he can to shed the Riverdale label and start fresh. So what do we make of all this? Riverdale may have started as a fun, dark twist on a classic comic book, but behind the scenes, it was so much more. A production pushed to the limit, a cast forced to adapt to absurd demands, and a network that prioritized spectacle over structure. The result? A pop culture phenomenon Yes, but one that came with a heavy price for those involved. And now, years later, the truth is finally being told. But I want to hear from you. Do you believe KJ Appa's claims about the cast hookups? Or do you side with Meline, who swears she kept it professional? What do you think of the absurd Riverdale plotlines? And seriously, what's your take on Mr. Fantasy? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this show may be over, but the conversation is far from finished. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the chaos of celebrity TV culture, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because there's a lot more where this came from. See you in the next one.